Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. COVID-19 is a virus that exists. So it's been like less existing lately, sorta, kinda, hopefully. Well, the point is, viruses are scary and no one likes them. And in this video, I would like to talk about a classic 1995 sci-fi movie entitled The 12 Monkeys. In case it wasn't obvious, it's about viruses. In the year 2035, not too long from now actually, the world and its ecosystem have been completely ravaged by a plague. So all these scientists, they go up to this inmate named James Cole, and they tell him, yo, the world has ended, you're in prison, I'm sure you've got nothing else better to do, how'd you like to go back in time and collect a bunch of information on this virus for us? So they send him back in time, and he ends up in what might be one of the worst places to end up while time traveling: an insane asylum. So, of course, some random guy shows up at a mental hospital rambling on about the mission and the virus. You know, he won't seem too out of the ordinary. While in the past, James finds out a lot more about humanity, like, for example, they kinda suck, and maybe they deserve to get wiped out by an unstoppable plague, which he accidentally said out loud in front of Jeff. Now, in case the whole being in a mental hospital thing didn't give it away, Jeff is kinda insane. James escapes back to the future where he finds out that Jeff is actually the leader of the 12 Monkeys, the organization responsible for the virus that ended the world. James is sent back to the past yet again, where he teams up with his old psychiatrist Catherine, and they work to try and find and stop Jeff. Now, at first, Catherine believed James to be insane, but as time went on, she began finding more and more undeniable proof that he is from the future. At the same time, James has fallen in love with the past. He forgot the feel of wind, the sound of music. He wants to stay there. He'd rather accept the belief that he's crazy, because if he doesn't, then that means humanity really is doomed. But eventually, he decides to stray from his mission and stop Jeff and prevent the apocalypse. Or so he thought. And that's because, well, Jeff, he isn't actually involved in any of this. Well, he is the leader of the 12 Monkeys, but he didn't create the virus. The organization known as the 12 Monkeys did not actually create the virus. All they really did was release a bunch of animals from a zoo. All along, it was actually Dr. Peters, the assistant of the dad of Jeff, who was responsible for the creation of the virus. Dr. Peters and Jeff actually have pretty much the exact same goal, where they both want to wipe out humanity so animals can rule the world again. So, yeah, I guess, huh. So the entire time they were looking for Jeff, believing him to be the culprit, they were just completely wasting their time. But you see, it's not that simple. He gave Jeff the idea. He accidentally created his own diversion. By the time he decided he wanted to save humanity, he hadn't realized that he had already set things on its path to destruction. It was his meddling in the past that indirectly led to everyone in the future believing that the 12 Monkeys is responsible for the apocalypse when that simply isn't true. Now, he didn't cause the virus, but he in no way succeeded in stopping it. Big spoiler ahead. Oh wait, no, I already spoiled everything else. Okay, never mind then. Keep watching. At the end of the movie, they have one last chance to stop the apocalypse, and they blow it. It failed. The apocalypse happens anyway. But what's even more interesting is how all of this ties into the greater narrative. You see, whenever this chronologically in-universe first happened, James's kid self from the past saw it, and it traumatized him for life. James was so scarred, in fact, that he had the dream for many years of his life. Even now, he still has the dream. His whole life, his own death was staring back at him in the face, and in the end he still chose to wear the same disguises, he still chose the same plan at the airport, he still ran into a crowd holding a gun out. Now, what exactly does all of this mean? What's the big picture here? Well, in order to understand that, let's first review everything we know. Our two main antagonists sought out the destruction of humanity as a way to preserve natural wildlife. James, who knows his own future for several decades, still fails to change anything. He had only one chance to save the past and wasted it chasing the wrong person. And that wrong guy he wasted so much time following was indirectly created by him. James lived his whole life in a post-apocalyptic future, so of course he ended up learning to enjoy the little things. But at the same time, he would rather live the blissful, ignorant lie that he's insane and refuse to believe the fact that the world is coming to an end. Even Dr. Peters himself said that humanity's destruction of the environment is the true lunacy. Sometimes in life there are important, pressing issues. And sometimes, even when we should know what to do, we end up creating problems for ourselves or getting too caught up in delusions. And when we do, consequence will rear its ugly head. So when the 12 monkeys say, "We did it," they don't mean we did it. They mean we did it. Hey, you. Yeah, you with the Cheeto dust fingers. Do you like gaming? Well, do you like VTubers? Wait, no, I swear I can explain. Don't worry, this one is a guy. I mean, they're all guys, but that's like Santa Claus. You gotta keep it a secret. Well, the point is, there's an up-and-coming gaming VTuber channel, and I want to give a shout-out to him because he's a very good friend of mine, and his channel deserves more growth. So if you like, Let's Plays, and if you like Skylanders, and if you like VTubers, I guess, go check him out. Link in the description. He has a YouTube and a Twitch, but I don't know how Twitch works, so I'm only going to link his YouTube. So, yeah, see you there. But anyways, that is all I have for you today, fam. This has been Bradwurst, signing off. Go back, I want to be Monkey.